Yo, yo, what is going on, my fellow wrestling fans? Welcome to a brand new week and welcome to a post Summerslam edition of what we like to call the Clash of Champions, where we dive headfirst into all the storylines, controversies, and personalities that center around this world we know and love as professional wrestling, for better or worse. I am your host, the vegan you believe in, Conscious Kurt, aka Kurt GPT, the professor in the flesh as always. And my co-host needs no introduction, but the hell with it. He's about to give y'all one anyway.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jonathan Randall, the adventurer himself, and welcome to our soap opera known as professional wrestling, to our podcast, ladies and gentlemen. And we're coming off the heels of an amazing SummerSlam weekend. Kurt, you were there live in living color. I know you had a great time. And today, this is our recap show. And boy, we have a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do. We have a lot to talk about, a lot to dive into. And yeah, just being there personally for the first time in so long, I am exhausted, but damn, I had fun. Yeah, there's just nothing like being at a live wrestling show, especially like a major marquee wrestling show like a SummerSlam in a big stadium surrounded by so many damn wrestling fans in the New York, New Jersey area, which is pretty much the mecca of pro wrestling. Yeah, it was just a beautiful time, beautiful experience. The weather was definitely on our side. There was no issues with the weather, which was clutch. And yeah, I had a much better experience attending this show at MetLife Stadium than I did the last time I was at MetLife Stadium. And that is definitely something I am grateful for. And I'm grateful overall that both main events of night one and night two really delivered. I feel like they're both what pushed the show over the top, in my opinion. And I can't wait to dive into all of it. And throughout this, I will be diving into my experience of being there for both nights.
Sure. So let's go ahead and start with night one. And
Night
night one
one
started off.
with night one basically started off with John Randall's favorite rapper, Cardi B, who was the host of the show, at least for the first night. She came out, welcomed the crowd to SummerSlam, talked about all of her favorites that were there, especially Randy Orton. Her reaction to Randy Orton definitely said it all. And then she started doing like the EO Sky, like yell, like the that shit. I'm surprised she didn't point at herself while she was doing it. But yeah, it was cool. I mean, people seem to like Cardi B. She kind of got a mixed reaction when she came out, but whatever. It was just a quick few minutes. It didn't take away from the show at all.
I mean, she has the theme song for the event, so it was no surprise there, though. But yeah, no surprise to see her. And from there, we start off with first match of the night. And the right way to start off was a tag team match between Roman Reigns, Jey Uso versus Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, along with Paul Heyman. And Bronson Reed, being diabolical, just like he did last week, showed up with Roman Reigns' stolen pair of Jordans.
Yeah, he calls it the shoe follow, which is freaking hilarious. And the tribal thief, yeah, they came through. But I gotta say, I really felt for Jey Uso because it took him forever and a day to get from where he started his entrance in the concourse all the way to the damn ring. That was a long
I
way
know.
down, son. I'm telling you, from being there,
I bet.
that is a long damn way down.
I bet. Overall, I like the match. It was a great way to start off the match. I love the spots in the match. I love when Roman did the leap over the top rope onto Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. That was one epic thing to see.
Yeah, he could have really hurt himself badly on that spot too. They're very lucky that it didn't go as bad as it could have. That almost reminded me of that spot when The Undertaker jumped over the top on a Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25, like when he hit the cameraman and all that. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I got from that. But luckily, everything was okay. Nobody got hurt. And yeah, the match goes on. Roman even speared Braun Breaker through the railing, which is also dope. And then Breaker, I think, attempted the clothesline, like, over the announce table that he usually does, and then he missed, but he really hit his knee bad on that spot, like at the edge of the table, to the point where we
Yeah.
noticed his knee was taped up later in the night, which we'll get into as we progress with our review. So yeah, the match goes on. Roman and Jay even hit the 1D onto Bronson Reed. Yo, that was great. So great that they did that spot.
I know. I thought it was over though, but Braun Breaker showed up and broke the cover.
Of course he did, damn party
Yeah.
pooper. But then freaking one of my favorite spots in this whole match is when Roman actually took the bullet for his cousin. He moved Jay out of the way so he could eat a spear from Braun Breaker himself. And then Jay took advantage and then it knocked out Braun Breaker with a super kick, got his ass out of the ring, and then he hit Bronson Reed with a super kick, went to the top rope and nailed Bronson Reed with the Uso splash to get the win for him and Roman. And damn, I gotta say, out of all the predictions I got wrong for night one of SummerSlam, this is the one I'm happy I was wrong about.
Yeah, I was you were wrong on that prediction. Roman and Jay got the win though, but sadly Roman did not get his shoes back.
He'll be fine. He probably owns 20 pairs of them anyway.
I mean, hey, that's probably his favorite one. You may never know.
Maybe the one, yeah, who knows? Maybe they're just the ones he wears just to kill time and he just wants them back for an ego thing. I'm just talking shit. But yeah, he'll get the shoes back at some point. I'm starting to feel like this is the same storyline where like Jean Pierre Lafitte stole Bret Hart's jacket back in '95. So yeah, we'll probably do like a little chase. Maybe they'll have like a shoe on a pole match or some shit at the next PLE.
Probably. Yeah, probably.
Actually, maybe not because Roman apparently is going to be taking time off. Even though he just freaking came back 3 weeks ago, he's going to be taking time off to film the new Street Fighter, which means he might be gone
Yeah,
until probably Survivor Series.
probably.
Yeah, this dude does not need to be the champion again. No offense, but with that schedule, like with him
Yeah.
barely being around, yeah, you don't need to put the belt on Roman again.
It's sadly to say, no offense to him. I love Roman Reigns, but it's part time. He's part timer now, so
Yeah, he's basically what the Undertaker and Triple H were like towards the end.
yeah, and The Rock.
Yeah, just sounds about right. He's around a little bit more than The Rock was towards the end, but yeah, I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roman and Jay pick up the win. I'm not mad at it. It was a great opener, great way to start the show, get the crowd hyped, and then we were on to the second match. We had for the Women's Tag Team Championship, Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez defending those titles against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss.
It was a decent match to get through, and but man, I was surprised with the result. This is the result that I got wrong.
And in the results, I got wrong too, as despite Alexa Bliss accidentally hitting Charlotte at one point of the match, I honestly thought it was going to end there and they were going to lose. But they rebounded from that, and Charlotte kicked Raquel with a big boot, and then Alexa laid out Roxanne Perez with a twisted bliss to get the win. And Charlotte and Alexa Bliss are your new women's tag team champions. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
I know. I was very surprised that this happened because look, Roxanne and Raquel are new and they need to build a bond because Liv is gone, right? But
For now.
yeah, for now,
Don't let
for now.
Raquel Rodriguez will not let you forget. She's just gone for now.
Oh no, she hasn't. She didn't even. She mentioned on her Instagram story, ladies and gentlemen, because she was saying still, not forgetting about Liv Morgan. So yeah, that is known. But I'm happy for Charlotte Flair though. This is something that is new for her because look, she's known as a singles superstar, and for the first time, you are having a tag team chemistry with somebody else. So this is new for her, and I'm happy for her.
Yeah, like she even said herself, like she was always trying to play like the perfect specimen, the perfect athlete throughout the years she's been on the main roster, and like now this is like giving her something new to do, something that is helping her get out of her comfort zone. Somebody's entertaining as Alexa Bliss to play off of. Yeah, it's a different path for her and it's working so far. Yeah, because she's been playing pretty much the same character for a decade, and like now that she's trying something different and playing off of somebody who could like bring that out of her, it seems like it's starting to work. And now with her and Alexa as the tag team champions, I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes next.
Same here. So as
Yeah,
moving, yeah. So moving forward to our next match, we had Sami Zayn versus Karrion Cross.
I have to be honest, there was not much to this match. In my
Just
opinion,
getting
probably the
through.
worst match of the first night.
Just getting through.
Yeah, there was one point where Scarlett threw the pipe into the ring that Cross has been using on Sammy the last few weeks, but Sami Zayn refused to use it because he's an upstanding, solid human being. So he wanted to win the right way, and he did end up winning the right way as he laid out Karrion Cross with a haluva kick to get the win and possibly send Karrion Cross out of the company because from this loss, it seems pretty clear that Karrion Cross will not be re-signing.
Well, we don't know that. I want him to resign. Okay,
It doesn't
you
look
look
good
back.
though. From this, it doesn't look good.
Yeah, but you got to look at outside of that. Think outside of the box. He has a good fan reaction. At one point, he had good merchandise sales. You know what I mean? So he was pushed way more better than he was, 5 years ago. So it is uncertain right now. I do want him to resign. I really would love to see him stay. So look, only time will tell. We have to wait and see what happens, or we'll find out what happens later tonight on Raw.
If he's even on the show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you'll be there, then hey, that says a lot.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's funny. As many wrestling shows as I've gone to this weekend, this is the first time I went to wrestling shows on back-to-back nights. I'm actually going to Raw tonight too.
Good. That's good.
Barclays Center. I've never been to
Nice.
Barclays Center before either. Home of those damn Nets, the wannabe New York Knicks.
You should wear your Knicks. No, no, you don't have a Knicks jersey, do you? Or
Actually, they had a SummerSlam jersey they were selling in Knicks colors. I was thinking about buying it. I actually might still buy it.
okay. You should wear like a
Yeah.
Knicks hat or something and just show off, hey, we're the real team in New York.
Yeah, I heard somebody last night, like as I was leaving the show, I heard somebody last night talking about the Celtics, go Celtics, go Celtics. I'm like, yo, get that shit out of here. And trying to hear all that.
Wrong place if you're saying that, man. Wrong
Damn
place.
right. But in any
Wrong
event,
place and
yes,
wrong
so
time.
yeah, but any event, Sami Zayn wins the match and on to our next match. And a match that had zero heat going into it, even though it's on a show called fucking SummerSlam. We had Tiffany Stratton defending her women's championship against the 2025 Queen of the Ring winner, Jade Cargill.
This match was pretty short for a women's title match, 7 minutes almost. And
Yeah, it
I'm
was
actually
7 minutes. It was 7 minutes, but before we get into the match, I have to give kudos to Jade Cargill for repping her Jamaican culture with her entrance and her outfit. Yo, that
oh,
looked badass,
that
son.
loved it,
Badass, son.
loved that. Yeah,
The,
with
the,
the big
the Jamaican bobsled team from Cool Runnings would be really proud. Straight up.
yeah, and then the Jamaican neighborhoods in upstate New York. That's what she was pretty representing as well. You know what I mean? That was the whole point of it. I loved it.
Oh yeah, Jamaica Queens.
Right,
Pass by it every day.
right.
Yeah. I saw a funny meme on Facebook once about like a girl saying, I thought you were gonna take me to Jamaica. He's like, I am taking you to Jamaica, and then it's the C train going to Jamaica Queens.
Wow, that's messed up.
Home of 50 Cent. But yeah, anyway, yeah, this match was short. It was about 7 minutes. It was good for the time it lasted. I have to say, like, the match was pretty entertaining. There was
Yeah,
one point where Jade hit the Jaded onto Stratton, but Stratton got her feet on the ropes because when Jade was pinning her, she pulled her feet back too far and it led to her getting her feet
she's
on the
all
ropes.
man. I feel like she's
And
always screwing up on those pinfalls whenever she does her finisher, man. Uh,
damn. But so that ended up costing her, and then she tried to go for it Jaded from the top rope, but Tiffany Stratton escaped it, threw her down, and then Tiffany Stratton hit her with the prettiest moonsault ever to shockingly get the win and retain her title. Damn.
yeah. This was a yeah. I was actually surprised. It was like one of the results where I was like, wow, boy, was I wrong on this one. And when I look back at it, as much as I love Tiffany Stratton, but I asked myself, was this the wrong move or the right move? And I think this was like the wrong move to do.
Well, my thoughts coming out of this match, the one thing I said to myself after it was over, one of them needs to turn heel. And probably Jade more than anything else.
What?
She just
Wow.
lost clean. She just lost cleanly to Tiffany Stratton in a women's title match. Like, where the fuck else does she go from here being a babyface?
I know. Well, okay,
The
thinking
fuck?
afterwards, my bad. Yeah. Thinking
Yeah, like what the
afterwards,
fuck
I
is she gonna
was
do now?
and before that we were all saying it would have been better for Tiffany to turn heel. Huh.
Yeah, I just said coming out. Yeah, I said coming out of this match, like, yeah, one of them definitely needs to turn within the next week or two. But just thinking about it, after, like since then, I think Jade would be the better idea to turn heel because she just won the Queen of the Ring. She'll have an axe to grind because of the fact that she lost like this. You could say something like, "Oh, I lost my edge. Oh, I wasn't focused the way I should have been." But no more of that bullshit. So yeah, I could see her like giving a nasty beat down to Tiffany Stratton, like she did to Naomi at Elimination Chamber, and yeah, she could be a heel. And then she could feud with Bianca when Bianca gets back. They could definitely do something with that too.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. Just that decision shows like the lack of faith that they have in her, I guess.
Yeah, I even heard some stories about that coming out of this. That apparently they don't see her like on that same level that they did when they first signed her.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's true or not. We'll see how things play out in the next few weeks to see if it is true. But yeah, this was a bad loss for Jade.
It is.
But Tiffany Stratton retains her title. Tiffany Stratton's having a banner year if I've ever seen one. From
Mm-hmm.
cashing in the Money in the Bank in the beginning of the year, the great matches she's had with Nia Jax, beating Charlotte at WrestleMania, and now retaining at SummerSlam. Yeah, she's killing it.
Definitely.
All right, so on to our next match. This is a match actually I was looking forward to, even though it's a celebrity match or a sports entertainment match, whatever you want to call it. We had Randy Orton, Cardi B's favorite superstar, teaming up with Jelly Roll, country music superstar Jelly Roll, to take on Drew McIntyre and the douchebag fuck, Logan Paul. Ugh, ugh.
um, you know, it was funny when Jelly Roll got in the ring. It was getting in the face of Drew McIntyre, and it was just
Oh shit. He was like begging Randy Orton to stay in the match. He didn't want to tag out. Like he said, "No, let me do this. I got this." And then when he gets back in, he like stands face to face with Drew McIntyre. He's like, "Oh shit, what the fuck have I gotten myself into?"
exactly.
That was great. That was
it was,
great.
it was, as you said, it was entertainment, But I liked how Jelly Roll at first was like out of it at first, and then you see referees carrying him out to the ring, out of the ring, and he just like, no,
Yo,
no, no, I don't. I was like, no,
yeah.
I want to, put me back in. Like, no, 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 I'm not done yet. I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, I wanted to get to that. Yeah, I got to give Jelly Roll credit. His ass took a beating in this match. Yeah, he really got his ass kicked throughout most of this, from like the chops that Drew was giving him, some of the moves that Logan Paul was doing to him, and obviously the one spot that stands out most is when that douchebag fucked Logan Paul while toasting his nasty ass prime drink on the top rope, frog splash Jelly Roll through the damn announce table, bro. Yo, that landing, the way that table collapsed when Paul splashed him through it, holy shit.
And we thought Bad Bunny was the only ones who was willing to take those bumps and everything, but no, Jelly Roll really showed up and showed out, man. I'm really happy for him to put in the effort in this match, man.
Yeah, they were helping him out. Yeah, they were like helping him up because of that spot. They thought he was done. They were helping him like, to the back. And as he was like about to go up the ramp, he like turns around and then he like just like pushes the officials off of him, and then he just gets back on the apron to continue the match. Everyone was cheering hard for him when he did that. Like when he like turned around and decided to still continue the match, even though he was taking the punishment that he did. Yeah, that was like the Mick Foley King of the Ring '98 moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great. So like he tags back in, he does like a power slam, he does a boss man slam. Yo, he was doing work. Yeah, he was really doing work. And then unfortunately he got laid out by Drew McIntyre with the Claymore kick. And then Randy lays out McIntyre with the RKO. And then Logan Paul pushes Randy Orton out of the ring against the post, shoulder first. And then Paul goes to the top rope and then hits Jelly Roll with a frog splash, and Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre get the win. Did not
Shockingly,
see that
maybe
coming. Yeah, I did
me
not see that
neither.
ending coming.
Shocking. But overall, it was an entertaining match, though.
Yeah, entertaining match, and as much as I don't like to do, Logan Paul did his thing. He definitely was one of the standout parts of this match. And
Of
props to Jelly
course.
Roll. Jelly Roll definitely put in a good performance too. I didn't expect any less. And it's so funny. I predicted that Jelly Roll and Randy Orton were going to win with Jelly Roll splashing Logan Paul from the top rope, and instead
Yeah.
Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre win with Logan Paul splashing Jelly Roll from the top rope.
Wow.
Fucking A.
I know.
Okay, so Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre are your winners, and on to the main event of night one for the World Heavyweight Championship. We have the Ring General Gunther defending his title against CM motherfucking Punk.
I love the match promo. Loved it. When I watched that promo, I was like, "Oh my god, I think Punk has a chance." And I just I felt excited for this match. I don't care about how the build up was and everything. When they announced this match, I was excited because I knew I was in for a good match, and we were. I love if anybody was paying attention, I love CM Punk's wrestling attire.
Great,
An
great.
homage to Fantastic Four. Loved it. And this wow, this is a pure just old school wrestling match. But Gunther was just dominating, just hitting Punk with those chops, and oh, it was nasty, man. It was just like pretty much like halfway through the match, it was all Gunther. It was all Gunther dominating. But the turning point of that match, Gunther was dominating that match, but then he got cocky and he went outside the ring. He even got on top of the announce table, Kurt. But then this is where the turning point happens. Punk freaking trips Gunther on the announce table and he falls down. And Gunther, for the first time, he's bleeding.
Yeah,
I've never seen Gunther blood. I was like, oh my god! And then this is where the turning point happens. Punk, does the knee kick, and then then the elbow drop, and then it's all CM Punk. And then two, I thought he did one. I kind of like, I went away from the TV for a moment though, but he did two go to sleeps to Gunther, and
yeah,
one,
he
two.
did. Yeah, he did one go to sleep and then knocked like the spit out of Gunther, and then he hit him with one more for good luck. And CM Punk, after those two go to sleeps, won the World Heavyweight Championship.
I got scared. I'm telling you right now. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. We're gonna have a good ending. And I was saying to myself, okay, leave the ring, please. Leave the ring because I don't feel comfortable. Part of me didn't feel comfortable, and I had every reason to be, because literally few minutes after the end of the match, Seth Rollins' music hits.
Yeah, as Punk is like being handed the championship, he's crying. He's like holding the belt up. He can like barely stand because of how like brutal and physical that damn match was. And as he's raising up the belt, that's damn Seth Rollins music hits. Even though he's a damn heel, he's still using that damn babyface music. He comes out on crutches and like basically acting like he's sending a message to Punk that he still has the briefcase and he can still cash in it at any time, even though he's hurt. And then as he's turning around, he pushes the crutches down.
And then he unzips his knee brace. And the whole entire time, hook, lie, and sinker, Seth Rollins was not hurt. He was playing this the whole entire time. And he walks down the ramp onto the ring and he attacks CM Punk. He hits him with the briefcase.
Multiple times. Yeah, he beat the
Makes it
shit out of him with
official
the
that he makes
briefcase.
it official that he's cashing it in, and then he hits him with the curb stomp. And 1, 2, 3. Within 5 minutes, Kurt, we have a new world champion. And as a fan, I am devastated and I'm heartbroken, and I can't. I immediately turned it off after that, and I devastated is one word.
Of course, you turned it off. There was nothing else to happen after the show or after that.
I didn't want to see the rest. More.
Yeah,
They show more. I mean, come on, they show them leaving the ring and all that. I didn't want to see it, so come on.
yeah, yeah. Basically, like after it went off the air, like Rollins is still celebrating with the belt with Breaker, Bronson Reed, Heyman walking up the ramp, and yeah, people were still singing the damn song, even though he's a heel. Everybody in the audience was still singing that song and celebrating. I'm like, you freaking idiots! He just screwed Punk. How can you sing his damn song? He's the
You
heel.
screwed all of us. From the video of him walking with his daughter on his crutches and on the Rich Eisen show. That was the show I was trying to mention last week. The
Yeah,
Eisen show. He's talking about, the doctors say, I don't know how long I'm gonna be gone, and this is what happened, blah blah blah. And then there was a report of him being out either 4 to 5 months. All of that was a ruse. So it's funny how 10 years ago was the heist of the century, right? At WrestleMania 31 when he cashed in on Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, right? 10 years later, everybody's calling it the ruse of the century.
and
Fooled us
funny enough,
all.
I was in the building for both of them. Crazy. I got to be there when he cashed in 10 years ago at 31, and I'm in the building when he cashes in at SummerSlam this year. Yeah, it's hard to say which one is the better cash in, admittedly, but yo, they played this one off well. I mean, you could kind of see it coming in some ways. You kind of like figured that Rollins' injury wasn't on the up and all that. But yo, they pulled it off well, especially when he dropped the crutches down and came to the ring. Yo, it was brilliant. You may have hated it. You may be mad because you're a Punk fan, and I get it, but it was well done cinema.
Yeah, I know, but me being optimistic, there is a light in the end of the tunnel, and Punk will get his revenge.
At WrestleMania next year, probably.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but I don't care how catchy that damn Rollins theme music is. I refuse to sing along with it. Like after that happened, I refuse to sing along with it.
There was one
Yeah,
fan who
but
was actually upset. There was a video of him very upset when the crowd was like when they're leaving the stadium.
oh
So
yeah, I saw
Yeah,
these two fans arguing, like as I was leaving, I saw these two fans arguing about like when Punk lost the title to The Rock, like in 2013. They were like really getting heated over it. I'm like, yo, relax. Shit was 12 years ago.
dude. There was even idiots that were saying how like, oh, this is what Punk gets for screwing Jeff Hardy back in '09. I'm like, bro, get stop.
And for
Stop.
screwing Drew McIntyre all those times last year.
Yeah, like please stop. Like Jeff Hardy. Jeez. I like Jeff Hardy
Hey,
too. I do, but damn.
hey, there's some truth to that. I know you're a big CM Punk fan, but you have to be honest with yourself. Punk did the exact same thing.
Yeah, he cashed in on Jeff.
And Rollins cashed in on him. He did it like in a very like sneaky, underhanded way, but still,
Yeah.
he has the right to do it.
I mean, everybody does it. I mean, come on. Remember when Edge did it to Undertaker? Remember that? That was
Of course.
ooh, that was after a cage match, Kurt. A brutal
Yeah,
one.
I'm aware.
Sheesh. So
Yeah,
this
but it
stuff
was
happens. So.
Yeah, but it was a well done cash in. It was a great way to end night one. Night one throughout it was mid, I would say, up until the main event. The main event was good. It could have maybe been a little shorter. I feel like the 30-minute length was maybe a little bit overkill, but overall it was still a very good match. And then obviously the cash in was very well done too. So
You,
the
you,
main event and the post match, the cash in stuff, yeah, definitely put night one over the top.
you know what? This goes along with all the other like shocking SummerSlam endings. I think top three is this one, and then can't forget about what happened in 2013 between Daniel Bryan and John Cena when Randy Orton came in. And then, of course, I'll put 97 in the mix, Bret
Yep.
Hart and Undertaker, and Shawn accidentally hits Undertaker with the steel chair and he has no choice to make the cover. And then Bret Hart's the new champion. So, yeah, those are like my top three shocking endings of in SummerSlam.
Yeah, those are those endings of the show where you're like, damn, what the hell just fucking
Speech,
happened?
speechless.
Yeah, it leaves you speechless, shocked, confused in some ways, but in a good way.
Oh, boy.
It's gonna be all right, son. It's gonna be all right. At least you got to hold the title for 5 minutes.
Somebody said he's the first person to hold the original classic World Heavyweight Championship belt and the current one.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like really happy, like when he won and like when he was crying and they handed him the belt. I was like really happy to see it.
It's like
But I like
leave, damn
knew,
it.
but I knew in the back of my head, like, yo, something's up. Something is gonna happen after this. And
But
lo and behold,
okay, I promise you, I swear to you, when I tell you this, I swear to you, I thought. Remember when Del Rio was going to cash in on him at Money in the Bank in
yeah,
2011,
2011.
and then as soon as he walked into the ring, um, Punk hit him with the kick and he left. I swear
Yeah.
to you, Punk was. I thought he was going to do the same thing, like hit him with the belt and then run.
Punk was just done by the time this match was over. You could like tell by the look on his face, this dude was
Uh,
exhausted.
I was like, damn it, Punk, leave,
He needed to be
leave
carried.
now.
He needed to be carried out of the ring by people the same way Lawrence Taylor did at the end of his match with Bam Bam.
No, I would have called in the chopper and got Arnold's, the team, Arnold Schwarzenegger's commando team to save him. Get in the
Get to the
chopper and
chopper.
that's what I would have did.
I don't think CM Punk would have accepted the ride from Arnold because he doesn't like his politics.
Man,
I'm just playing. But anyway, so yeah,
jeez.
SummerSlam night one ended with Seth Rollins cashing in the money in the bank on CM Punk after CM Punk had just won the title to win the title himself. And it goes into that whole story that Rollins has been telling for months that as long as he's around, CM Punk will never be world champion or for at least longer than 5 minutes.
There will be justice.
And goofy
Oh
outfits along the way.
boy. Okay. So on
And
to night
I bet
two.
he's gonna do something with the title now, like with those wacky outfits. I bet he's gonna do something like wacky and crazy with the title now, like a wacky ass design.
No, I mean this is the second time holding that belt, so he didn't do anything the first
But
time.
now that he's a heel, he might want to switch it up,
Nah, I don't know. I
put
mean,
some strings over it or something.
I mean, he's a heel now. He's more serious than ever. You know what I mean? And he was a baby face when he was the champion the first time. So
Yeah,
I don't
he's a
know.
heel now, but he still uses the same damn babyface music and still does the same babyface dance, like all this shit that he does.
Kind of yes and no. I kind of I mean, he's a little more just there's a little more seriousness to him, a little bit, but hey.
Yeah, Wade Keller. Yeah, when I talk to Wade Keller about this stuff, yeah, he's very critical of things like that about how like certain heels, even though they're heels, they still placate to the audience. They still try to interact with the audience. But like if you're a real legit heel, you don't do any of that shit.
That's a good point.
Yeah, he has a lot of fair points in that regard. But yes, that's
Yeah.
how night one ended. So let's get to night two. We had night two open with, instead of Cardi B, Triple H.
Yeah, Triple H opened the open this time and just pretty much welcoming everybody to SummerSlam and yeah.
Yeah, that was that. So yeah, Triple H did the opening, and the first match for night two was the triple threat for the Women's World Championship, as we had Naomi defending her newly won title against Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. And I have to say, it was great to see Naomi's dad play her to the ring.
Yes, that was amazing. His dad is a guitarist. I did not know
Her
that.
dad.
That was that's amazing. That
Yeah, it
was a
was
great
dope.
entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see the dude playing. I'm like, yo, this dude is dope. And they say on the screen it's Naomi's dad. I'm like, oh shit, Naomi's dad's a
Yeah.
rock and rollist. Holy shit.
Yeah, yeah, and that was like, oh man, that was neat. That was heartfelt. I like that. And I was like, yeah, I we picked Naomi to win, and then but then when I saw that entrance, I was like, oh, there's no
She's
doubt,
definitely winning now. Yeah, she's definitely winning now.
no doubt. Yeah,
Like I felt the same way when Bianca Belair came out with that marching band at WrestleMania 38. Like when I saw that, I'm like, yeah, she's winning this match. There's no way she's not winning this match.
right.
Yeah, so the match was good. I think it was a little unfair in some ways to compare it to the triple threat we got at WrestleMania. This match was a little different, where like kind of Naomi was like sitting on the sidelines, like waiting
Mm-hmm.
for Rhea and Io to beat the hell out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then it came to the point where Rhea hit Io with like a super riptide from the top rope, and then after this, Naomi rolled up Rhea like in a, kind of like a backslide-ish type roll up, and then she got the win and retained the title.
Yeah, I said to myself she was gonna steal her way in this match, and she did.
Yeah, match is still fun. Everybody did their thing in it. Like it wasn't the breakout match I thought it would be, like compared to the WrestleMania one, obviously, but it was still good. It still delivered for what it was.
Yeah, Rhea Ripley hates SummerSlam now.
Oh shoot,
saw her,
that's true.
saw her tweet now. He's like, I guess I hate SummerSlam, I guess, or SummerSlam hates me, or something like that. To that agenda, I believe. But yeah, um, Nada SummerSlam hasn't been
Yeah,
too kind to Rhea Ripley.
yeah, she
Last
has the
year,
same. Yeah, she's not having the same look with SummerSlams that Big Show had with WrestleManias.
yeah,
Damn.
I don't know.
Yeah, she doesn't win the title in 2021, that three-way with Charlotte and Nikki Ash. And then she gets left off the show in 2023. She loses to Liv Morgan and loses her man to Liv Morgan, and then this happens this year.
Yeah.
Damn. The one person I'm kind of concerned about coming out of this match though is Io Sky, because after this loss, yeah, I'm not sure what she does now for the foreseeable future.
Um. Well. Okay. Well, the we do know Stephanie Valkyrie is going to challenge Naomi next at Clash in
Clash in
Paris.
Paris.
Yeah. So I don't know. We're just going to see what happens afterwards. That's all we can say.
Yeah, maybe she'll move to another show. Maybe she could challenge for the women's IC title, which we'll get into later. But yeah, a little bit of
Ooh.
concern for Io
Ooh.
Sky at the moment.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Okay. But yeah.
Yeah, so we had Naomi retaining, no surprise here. And then on to our next match. We had the TLC for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship with the Wyatts defending against the Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, Fraxium and Andrade and Ray Phoenix. And before the match, we had a cameo in the front row from the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. The two teams who were in the original TLC match that took place at SummerSlam 25 years ago in 2000. So it was dope to see them here for this one.
If only if Edge and Christian ever stayed, if they stayed in WWE, that would have been there too. Though they're probably like, "Oh well, damn, you just forgot about us." But no, you're in AEW, so yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, so we have the match. This match was batshit crazy, like I expected it to be.
chaos.
Chaos all over the place. At one point, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa get pushed off the ladder through the tables. Hell, even Candice LeRae got pushed off the ladder through another ladder. That was probably the standout spot of that whole damn match, honestly.
She has a lot. Goodness gracious, I haven't seen a woman got take a bump in those kind of matches since Lita.
Well, they've had the TLCs with the women before. I remember like a really crazy one with Charlotte, Asuka, and Becky, like back in 2018. Yo, they beat the hell out of each other in that match.
Hmm.
But yeah, that was a nasty spot. And then ultimately, the Wyatts took down Andrade and Fraxium. They knocked them off of the ladder, and then ultimately they climbed the ladder, retrieved the titles, and they retained.
Yeah, I mean it was a good choice for them to retain. I mean they're the newly crowned champions, so why take it off of them? You know.
Yeah, it was a fun match. I'm glad all these teams got to be on the show, and the SmackDown tag team titles got to be defended on a major show because of how they got left off of WrestleMania. So I'm glad that they get to have this moment on this stage. And yeah, they did work. I think maybe it was overkill with the 6 teams as opposed to just having three, maybe four. But whatever, it was still
Yeesh.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Wyatts retained their tag team titles. And in our next match, and in my opinion, honestly, the match that disappointed me the most for what I expected going into it, we had Becky Lynch defending her women's intercontinental title, coming out to new theme music, actually, against Lyra Valkyria.
And remember the stipulation, ladies and gentlemen. If Lila Valkyria loses, she will never get a women's IC title shot again. And it is it's false count anywhere. No disqualification, no count out. So
Yeah, and a big thing that probably hurt this match was the fact that it went on right after the TLC match.
ooh, booking. The crowd
Yeah,
was really hot. The crowd was really hot for that ladder match, wasn't it?
yeah, of course they were. And this for like that's the pure because the thing was with Becky and Lyra, they've had like really good wrestling matches. So they, like in this case, you had them do something that was different and out of what they do normally. And it was a good idea on paper, but then when you saw it like play out like in person in front of your eyes, it like didn't really click the way you thought it would.
Hmm.
But
Probably
they
because how.
tried. But they tried though. I'm not gonna knock their effort. They definitely tried, but it just it didn't click.
Hmm. One point, in a match, Lila got zip tied.
Yeah, by Becky. Yeah,
Yeah.
Becky's been watching some Gunther tapes, I guess. But I like that she came out with new theme music though. That was badass.
Okay.
First time in a decade.
Yeah. Do you like it though?
Yeah, I liked it. As long as it's not that deaf rebel bullshit, I'm good.
Hey, a lot of people are hating on him, man. We got to bring back Jim Johnson. That's what I've
Yeah,
been
that'd be
saying that for
great.
years. Bring that man back, please.
Yeah, so yeah, Becky did use the zip tie at one point, and then at one point throughout the match, Bailey ended up showing up, which I definitely expected to happen. And then
No
she tried to
surprise.
attack Becky. Yeah, she tried to attack Becky, but Becky like got the better of her. So yeah, Becky and Lyra are battling in the ring, and as Bailey's grabbing a chain and wraps it around her hand to hit Becky with it, she misses and she accidentally hits Lyra with it.
Mm, mm, mm,
and that
mm,
would and that would lead
mm.
to Becky hitting Lyra with the man slam to retain her title and ban Lyra from ever getting another title shot as long as Becky is the champion.
Damn. I did not
Oh,
expect this. Ooh, did not expect that. That was the one. Man, there was so many predictions that I got wrong.
me too.
So many. And this was the one just like, whoa. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I really thought this match was going to be like one of the standouts of the whole weekend. It honestly was
Mm-hmm.
not that. And I really thought this was going to be Lyra's crowning moment. It's SummerSlam. It's the
Mm-hmm.
culmination of their feud. And
Mm-hmm.
it just ends like this. It ends with Bailey
Yeah.
screwing her accidentally.
Yeah. And it's like, what's going to happen moving forward? Well, Bailey and Lawler now are going to feud now. Bailey's going to turn heel.
Yeah, I hope Lyra better beat the hell out of Bailey tonight once she sees her. Because after that
Sheesh.
bullshit, yeah, fucking barely trying to get wrapped up in other people's damn business. She lost that triple
Wow.
threat a few weeks ago for a reason.
Damn.
Yeah, it's just messed up. But yeah, Lyra has every right to be pissed off. Yeah, Bailey got involved in her damn match and cost her. Now she can't get no more title shots until Becky loses the belt.
Poor Lyra.
Yeah, poor Lyra. And honestly, the crowd wasn't really that into this match either. Even myself included. I even like dozed off briefly during the match.
Ooh,
Very briefly. But I had been drinking and whatnot, so yeah. And the match wasn't really.
God.
Yeah, the match itself wasn't really like amping me up the way I thought it would. So yeah, like a brief couple minutes, I dozed off. Yo, this match is over 20 minutes. They got like at least 10 minutes longer than the women's triple threat did.
I gotta rewatch night two.
Yeah, I'm about to rewatch night two when we get done recording.
Sheesh.
Yeah, but Becky retains the title. I don't mind it. I mean, Becky's still doing a good job with it. It's not like anything like that, but I really thought it was going to be a crowning moment for Lyra, and yeah, it didn't work out that way.
Yeah. Oh,
And an arguably the worst match of night two we had for the United States Championship. Solo Sikoa defending his championship against Jacob Fatu, fresh off of his appearance on the Breakfast Club the other day.
I think this is a prediction you really got wrong. I stood by
Yeah,
mine, and yeah, I mean, oh God, I really wasn't surprised what happened. It was kind of, I don't know, man. Look, Bloodline got involved. His new Bloodline got involved. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, come on, you know. And at one point, I remember Jacob Fatu got handcuffed on top of the cage.
yeah, by Talatonga. He handcuffed him to the top of the cage, but eventually he broke
Yeah,
off and he tried to
yeah.
catch Solo before he could escape the cage. And then Talatonga like kicked the door into Jacob's head, and then Solo just fell down to the floor and retained the title. And that was that.
Yeah, and then I remember on oh, I forgot to mention Jimmy Uso got involved to help
Yeah,
Jacob out. They didn't really do much.
Yeah, Jimmy Uso attempted to help out, but it just wasn't enough. And Solo
No.
Sikoa retained his title, but then afterwards, Jacob Fatu attacked JC Mateo, threw him back into the cage, and hit him with the springboard moonsault from the top of the cage.
And how come Solo and everybody else didn't even try to help him out?
Because they're a bunch of, I don't even want to use the word.
That was weird. And Jimmy was beating him up for a while before he ran him before he threw him back into the ring. So I was like, Solo, where are you, dude?
He doesn't give a fuck about no JC Mateo. He's there to be the punching bag.
As long as
Like
you
a,
protect me and I keep my title, we're good.
yeah, he's like
Right?
what? Yeah, JC Mateo's basically what the foot soldiers were to Shredder. You think Shredder gives a damn about the damn foot soldiers?
Are you gonna watch the movie when it comes back out on the theaters for the
Yeah,
35th
actually,
anniversary?
yeah, I think I will. Yeah, I think I'm going to. It's the best Ninja Turtles movie they've done, other than that one that came out 2 years ago, like that CGI one. That one was good too.
Okay.
Tripped me out that Ice Cube did the voice of the villain,
Right.
and John Cena I think did the voice of like Bebop or Rocksteady, one or the other.
Ah, right.
All right, but anyway, yeah, Solo Sikoa retains. I got this prediction wrong. I do think the belt looks good on him, but yeah, this match did not do anything for me. And the biggest spot in the match, they waited until after the match was over to do it.
Mm.
Yeah, so wasn't feeling this at all. The crowd wasn't really feeling this much at all. They like Jacob Fatu, but yeah, they did not like this match, and yeah,
I
it
like
wasn't
the
much to
mask
like
he
about
was
it.
wearing.
Oh yeah, that was badass. Yeah, that was badass what he was rocking.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right, so on to our second to last match of night two for the Intercontinental Championship, a title that's been made famous at SummerSlam over the years. We had the chicken tender slut Dominic Mysterio commemorating his
My fellow
20-year
Padre fan.
anniversary. Yes, commemorating the 20-year anniversary of his very first SummerSlam appearance, where Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio fought over custody of him, defending his title against AJ Styles.
This, ladies and gentlemen, outside of the main event, this is my favorite match.
Of night two?
I, huh?
Of night two or the whole weekend?
Yeah, of night two. Um, AJ Styles came out in a low rider
Oh, he did.
wearing
He
Eddie
did.
Guerrero's same wrestling gear that he did 20 years ago at SummerSlam.
Oh shit! Yeah, he did do that.
Mind games, mind games, mind games, Kurt. I loved it. The match was pretty decent, but boy, it got better towards the end
Yeah, AJ
because of
Styles.
I loved Dominic was trying to lie, cheat, and steal just like his daddy, and then AJ did the same thing. He had a steel chair, and he put the steel chair over his neck, and he fell down. I loved it.
Yeah, he was pulling those tactics. And then another tactic that was brilliant. AJ Styles had Dominic in this calf crusher, but then as Dominic got out of it, his his leg, I'm sorry, his boot came off. His boot ended up coming off, similar to what happened to Eddie Guerrero at WrestleMania 20. And then Dominic used
Yeah,
this to his advantage by hitting AJ Styles with the boot. And that led to Dominic hitting AJ with the frog splash from the top rope to retain his title and a win and means of getting that win that would have made his dad, Eddie Guerrero, very, very proud of him.
crazy. I loved how they were both trying to lie, cheat, and steal. I love the ending, and yeah, I don't think this feud is over. I love this match.
Yeah, I'm sure if Eddie Guerrero was still alive, he would have bought Dominic like a year's supply of chicken tenders and Wingstop coupons or whatever the hell else. Yeah, he would have hooked
The
him
new
up.
spokesman for Wingstop.
Yeah, I saw the commercial with him in it. I'm like, oh shit. Of course they put him in the damn Wingstop commercials.
Come on now, will take that offer? Shoot, I mean, come on, he likes chicken tenders. I mean, come on now. So hey,
I wonder what sauce he likes with it. Barbecue sauce, honey mustard, sweet and sour,
probably
ranch.
the obviously ranch. I mean, come on, that's the number one.
I'll take
That's
my
the number
Beyond.
one
I'll take my Beyond chicken strips any day.
thing.
Yeah, they're good. You should try them one day. They even sell them at AMC. Well, the Impossible ones, but yeah, they even sell them at AMC.
Mm.
All right, but anyway, enough of that. Dominic retained his Intercontinental title, no surprise. And on to the main events of night two. For the WWE Championship, we had John Cena, a recently babyface turning John Cena, defending his WWE
Hmm.
Championship against the man he took it from at WrestleMania and one of the worst main events in WrestleMania history, Cody Rhodes.
I like Cody Rhodes' entrance. They did like a tribute to his dad of him,
I saw that.
advice of him of his voiceover. I thought that was cool. Then he made his regular entrance, and then when John Cena came out, at first it looked like, oh, he's going to do his normal heel entrance, but no. For a brief moment, it looked like that was going to be the case, but no. It went to his old presentation, and the crowd went nuts. It was pro Cena just to begin with, but after that entrance, goosebumps. Went back to his old ways, his old entrance, him running down to the ramp, and then it was just goosebumps, Kurt.
It was great. It was electric being in that stadium. Not for both of their entrances, really, because Cody's entrance was great, but
Mm,
Cena especially. Like I've been to shows before where he got a mixed reaction and most of the crowd booed him, but to be there in that
mhm.
stadium for like his retirement tour and for it to be his last SummerSlam, yeah, they showed him love. Like I've never seen anybody show Cena love before, like being there in person. Yeah, like I would say out of the entire weekend, he got the best reaction,
100% pro Xena.
even
And
more
it
than
was
Punk.
because, yeah, and it was because of the segment that they had this past Friday on SmackDown. So, and I knew that, oh, yeah, they're going to be behind John Cena. But after
Yep.
seeing that entrance, I was like, oh my God, this is wrestling, ladies. It felt great. It was
Yeah,
wonderful.
this is what we
And
wanted. This is what we wanted because
yeah,
the night his heel turn went down, it was great. Like the way they pulled it off was great, but just everything else that followed it just did not live up to what it could have been or what
yeah,
maybe some of us hoped it would have been. But
yeah.
it is what it is. Like now they actually, realized it wasn't working and decided to change course. And yeah, that segment on Friday when he turned again, I just said to myself, oh, this is going to make the match on Sunday a lot more interesting now. And I think the crowd is definitely probably going to be more pro Cena than they are pro Cody.
Hmm.
And lo and behold, I was right.
Match was amazing.
Match was
Delivered.
great. Match
I
was great.
I said that when the stipulation when they said the stipulation was going to be street fight, I said to myself, this match will and has to be better than their first match at WrestleMania.
And it definitely was. They went from having one of the worst matches of the year to having one of the best matches of the year.
John Cena threw the steel steps outside the ring onto Cody Rhodes.
Oh shoot! Yeah, that reminded me of when he did that to Umaga back at the '07 Royal Rumble.
There was two things that he did reminding me of that. The second, which I'll get into
Oh
later, though.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
And they were fighting into the audience, and I think one point like
Mhm.
John Cena pulled out like the railing that holds up like the line between the audience and like the performers. Yeah, he like
Mm.
hit him with the FU on the railing at one point when they're fighting in the audience. And yeah, Cena even broke off like the bottom rope and used it to choke out Cody, kind of the same way he did it to Umaga, also in that
Yep.
'07 Royal Rumble match. Yeah, I
Yep.
heard like when Cena like does that move, like when he like really lynches in, like you really legit causes people to pass out because the thing with Cena, like sometimes he doesn't realize how strong he is.
I know. That, oh,
Shit.
man. Two times where I thought this match was over. Cody Rhodes did a crossroads three times, three consecutive times, and
Ooh.
Cena kicked out. And then later on, John Cena does three consecutive FUs. Cody Rhodes kicks out. I was like, dude, what the hell's gonna
And
happen?
hell, there was even one point where like they were like in the elevator at the top of the entrance where like Cena came up from it holding Cody on his back about to do the FU and he just did the FU to him like on the damn ramp. Yo,
Man,
that image of Cena when he comes up, like when he first comes up the elevator, it's priceless.
it was because I was like, wait a
Yo,
minute,
it
where
was
did he go?
yeah, so that happened and they ended up back in the ring. And then Cena even hits Cody with an FU from the top rope. And I
I
really
thought it was
thought he
over.
had him here. I really thought he had the match won here, but he did not. Cody kicked out.
Man, what's gonna give? What's it gonna give? I just like, what else could they do?
And then eventually Cody did hit Cena with another crossroads, and that ended up being what did the job. Is that crossroads led to Cody getting the win on Cena and regaining the WWE Championship.
Cody Rhodes is now a two-time WWE champion, and wow, what a great match!
Great match, much better than I expected it to be.
Ooh,
One of the best matches of the whole year, easily the best match of the whole weekend. Yeah, they definitely made up for what happened at WrestleMania. Holy
yes,
shit.
yes.
Yeah, and then after the match, Cena and Cody ended up shaking hands, and then
Hmm.
Cena raised Cody's hand as he held up the title, and then Cody left the ring so that Cena could have a moment with the fans, and then everybody was chanting "Thank you, Cena." I was clapping for him. Everybody was like showing love to him. Everybody was in many ways very emotional, considering that this was going to be Cena's last SummerSlam. So yeah, Cena was
Hmm.
getting all the love from the audience, which he definitely deserved. And as this was all happening, Brock Lesnar's music hits.
Surprisingly,
Holy shit.
did not of all people. We thought that he was done with the WWE, especially with the allegations, with Vince McMahon and the reaction that he got. Oh my god!
Yeah, it was insane. Yeah, it was freaking electric. This was Brock Lesnar's first appearance on WWE TV since SummerSlam 2023 when he lost to Cody Rhodes and then endorsed him afterwards. So yeah, Brock Lesnar comes out. He like walks around the ring and kind of stalks Cena a little bit. And then he gets into the ring and then Cena tries to hit him and then Brock Lesnar picks him up and lays his ass out with an F5.
Wow. So moving forward, what's gonna happen? There's gonna be John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, Clash at Paris.
Yeah, makes sense. And it's so crazy. The ending tonight, one of SummerSlam played off of a classic ending to SummerSlam, that being 2013 with the cash in. And then night two of SummerSlam played off to another classic ending of SummerSlam, that being 2021 when
Which
Brock
I
came
was
back
at.
after the. Yeah, I was at this one and you were at that one. Ain't that some shit?
I know, right? That's funny.
Yeah, but this one was a lot. Yeah, but both were genuine
Shocking.
surprises. Yeah, both were
Yeah.
very genuine surprises.
This one especially because it was like, shoot, dude, you're like, we thought he was just like they were done with him, and a lot of people are saying, oh, because the fact that he's back, like we got to remember, TKO don't play around when it comes to stuff like that, and it shows that Brock is pretty much like innocent with this whole with those allegations from like a year ago, a couple years ago.
Either he's innocent or they feel like it's just too much money to pass up.
Hmm. And it's been 50-50 from the reaction. There's a lot of people on social media are not happy that Brock is back, and the crowd says otherwise. So
Yeah, the crowd reaction was great, but yeah, there was definitely some divided opinion over the whole thing because of
yeah,
him. He wasn't exactly named in the allegation, like his they don't bring up his name, but just how they describe the person, you basically know that it's him. Like who the
yeah,
fuck else is it? They say former UFC champion, and it was around the time when Brock was like in negotiations with them too. So yeah, it's a dead giveaway that it was him, even though they don't mention his name.
exactly,
Yeah, it's a weird scenario. It's definitely very I could see it being uncomfortable for a lot of people, especially like maybe some of the women that still work there and whatnot. But perhaps maybe Cena requested to work with Brock during his retirement year. He wanted to have one last match with him. Maybe it could have
that's what I
been
heard.
that as a factor that brought him back, or maybe
Yeah,
yeah, TKO saw that WWE that maybe TKO saw that it's too much money to be made with Lesnar being there to like pass up, even if there's controversy surrounding it. I mean, they still rub elbows with Trump. Like we even saw Trump at I'm sorry, we even saw Trump with Triple H like last Thursday. Triple H went to go speak for that whole I guess like health bill or whatever else that Trump is starting. He had Triple H there. He also had Lawrence Taylor there. Yeah, it's so weird that people are now calling out Triple H for the kind of company he's keeping, considering all those people.
well, I want to read an interesting tweet that so somebody said that Nikki Bella is back after she was guilty of abusing her ex-husband.
Oh shit, that's
Ex-convict,
true.
yeah. Ex-convict Jelly Roll had a match, and Cardi B, a woman who openly admitted to drugging and robbing men, were all featured, and no one said anything. Brock wasn't even found guilty, and women are mad. Yeah, all right.
Interesting. Yeah, that Cardi B one always bothered me. Like when I heard that story about like her using like drugging dudes, like when she was a stripper, she would like drug dudes and rob them because
Yeah.
like if that were a man who did that to women, y'all would be losing your damn minds. Like, why the fuck did
Mhm.
she get a pass for that?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that shit is wrong, regardless of who does it to who.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
I don't
don't
know,
like
man.
that double. Yeah, I don't like that double standard bullshit sometimes. Like,
Thank you.
I even maintained on the show last week, like, no matter what race you are, what gender you are, what sexual preference you are, what political party you belong to, wrong, despicable bullshit behavior is wrong, despicable bullshit behavior, and none of it should get a pass.
I agree. So Brock is back, and people can argue about, oh, I'm mad about people or happy about him. Well, look, if you're mad about it, then don't watch it no more. It's point blank and simple. You complain about it is not going to change anything. So you got another promotion you want to support, go support the other promotion. We don't care. But I'm not really going to sit here and defend it or anything like that. But look, you just don't crap on anybody because people are happy that somebody's back and say this and say that when you got all these other things going on about it. People are going to complain, and uh, you know, us wrestling fans is not us. We could be pretty toxic. We could complain all we want, but at the
Yeah,
end of the day, we're still going to tune in and watch. That's the one thing I don't
yeah.
understand. I don't like that.
So now it's switching from everybody being all divided and fighting each other over Hulk Hogan's death, and now it's going to be everybody fighting each other over Brock Lesnar being back.
Yeah,
Yeah, it never ends. I mean, myself, I'm a little bit mixed on it. I'm good either way. Like if Brock never came back, it wouldn't have hurt me at all because I think he had a good ending anyway. And I
yeah.
like, kind of just seen enough of him where like I'm like cool if he steps away. But whatever,
Hmm.
it was a great moment to end the show last night. It was a genuine shocking moment that nobody saw coming. Everybody
Right.
was calling for The Rock throughout the night, and I just said no fucking way to that. So yeah, Brock showing up at the end, yeah, it was a genuine shocking moment at the end. And now it gives us a Cena and Brock match one last time. I'm not sure if it's going to be at Clash in Paris or possibly at the Crown Jewel show in Australia, but regardless, whatever. At least we'll get it one last time. I'm not sure how
Hey,
good it'll be, but whatever. I'm at least willing to watch it.
I'm just loving how the way business is going right now, and then I cannot wait for today. Can't wait for later today. What's going to happen on Raw, and then later today I'm going to be in a hospital with my girlfriend as she gives birth to our child. So yeah, there's a lot going on today.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. The next time we do this show, which will probably be in a few weeks, you're gonna be a dad. So I'm gonna have to introduce you as the new father,
Yeah.
not just not just Jonathan Wren.
Right.
Yeah, man. It just I just wanted to say congratulations. I know it's a big day for you. I know this has been a long time coming. I've known you for 7 years, ever since we met in class, and yeah, it's crazy
Mhm.
from meeting you first back then to doing this show with you all 7 years later. You're gonna be a dad. You have a girlfriend
Yeah.
you live with. You're probably gonna get married at some point too. So yeah, I'm glad to see the come up, bro. I really am.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
So, if anything else, got anything else before you jet off?
Yeah, before we get out of here, did you get to watch any of the Unreal show?
Just a few minutes of it. I didn't really have a chance to finish it. I would though. I mean, I've seen clips and stuff. CM Punk, and I did saw a little clip of the Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair one. That was pretty interesting though. But I didn't see like all of it yet though. But I will though.
Yeah, each episode basically documents like two or three certain people at a time. Like the first
Yeah.
episode's about CM Punk and Rhea Ripley. The second episode's about like I think it's Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and there's one other person. Then like the third episode's about the women, like it's about Chelsea Green and Charlotte and Bianca Belair. They interview them, and then the most recent episode I watched was about the Elimination Chamber show when Cena turned.
Mm.
Like they go through like all the details of it, like how it all came together, who talks to who, and all that good stuff. So yeah, a lot of that stuff was interesting. I mean, people have their opinions about the show. People kind of feel like it's unnecessary. It kills kayfabe, all that stuff, even though kayfabe's been dead for years. But whatever, if you feel that way about the show, then you have the choice not to watch it.
Yeah. It was. I saw one part where they're deciding on who should win the Royal Rumble. That I thought that was pretty interesting. I saw a clip of
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
the show's not for everybody, but it was cool for what it was. And
Yeah.
funny enough, but getting back into SummerSlam for a second, funny enough, you notice how they said there's going to be like no more post-show scrums, like where they do the press conference and the media asks them
No more.
questions. And
No
I
more.
know why. And now with Brock Lesnar coming back, I know exactly why they decided to do that.
Too many questions.
Yeah, I will admit, like when like Triple H gets some asked about these things, like about like the Vince stuff, and whenever ends up getting asked about the Brock stuff, his responses don't really make him come off the best.
Mm. Yeah, but no more of that though. No more press conference. So
Well, he's gonna be asked about it at some point,
I know, but
just not in that setting. 'Cause, like, remember when
no.
they asked him like at the press conference after Bad Blood about like why there's a lack of like black male main eventers in the company, and like the response he had to that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I talked to Wade Keller about that before. Yeah, we had a discussion about that. And like Wade Keller basically said, like he could have very easily said, like, just be patient. We have a lot of great talent in NXT that's on the come up. Just give it a while and trust me, you're gonna see a lot of them coming up in the months to come. But like what he chose to say instead, it was kind of like, eh.
Mm,
Because yeah, even Cody Rhodes, like when the Vince thing first started, even Cody Rhodes had a better response about the whole Vince allegations than Triple H did.
gotcha. Hmm.
Yeah, funny. Cody Rhodes just opened up recently about why he left AEW and talking about how it was a company he created and he kind of felt like he wasn't being like I guess respected the way he should be respected, and I guess he like felt to himself, if I'm going to be treated this way in a company I created, I might as well go back to the other company that's more established where I can
Mm,
like do more.
gotcha.
All right, man. So yes, that's your SummerSlam 2025. I would say night one and night two were both pushed over the top by both of their respective main events. I'll give night one a 7 out of 10, and I'll give night two an 8 out of 10. But overall, it was just a great experience to be there. It's just a different vibe being at a wrestling show in person, especially a big show like SummerSlam in a big stadium. Just being surrounded by all those great wrestling fans. I got to meet a lot of cool people throughout the weekend. I'm going to meet a lot more cool people tonight when I go to Raw too. Funny enough, this is going to be my first Raw I attend live since April of 2000.
Wow. That long?
The last Raw I went to in person was the Raw after WrestleMania 2000 when The Rock beat the Big Boss Man and Bo Buchanan in the cage match to get the title shot against Triple H at Backlash. And then Triple H hit him with the brass knucks and made him bleed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like
Right.
right after WrestleMania 2000. That's the last Raw I went to.
Wow.
My
I hope you
seats suck
enjoy it.
so bad. Yeah, my seats suck so bad for that show. My seats were behind the Titantron
Dang.
in like the
I hope
200
you
section.
Jeez. Well, I hope you enjoy yourself, man. On it's gonna be yeah. Give us a few weeks before I show up again. On yep, new beginning is gonna be things gonna be different for me. So, but yeah, but I'll get back on track with everything, just not just with this podcast, but just with life itself. So we'll see what's gonna happen from there. And yeah, and I can't wait for Raw later tonight. A lot of questions and answers a lot of questions that need to be answered. So
Yes, I'm going to be there in person. I'm going to post some more from it for you guys to look at, check out. Yeah, I'm going to be live at Raw at Barclays Center. Looking forward to it because usually the Raws after these big shows like WrestleMania and SummerSlam really deliver. And
yeah,
if it could be anywhere near as good as that Raw after WrestleMania was, holy shit, is it going to be fun tonight?
can't wait for it. So that's ladies and gentlemen, we're jetting off today, and Jonathan Randall and Kurt Cadet. Stay safe, stay blessed, and always stay adventurous.
Yes, and follow us on our social media pages. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Spotify, Spreaker. You can find the video version and audio versions there. Let us know what you think. We'd love to debate with you and talk to you in a healthy way about the things we discuss on this show. And yes, until next time, which will be in a few weeks from now, for John Randall, this is Conscious Kurt with another edition of Clash of Champions. Take care. Have a good one. And remember, don't be an asshole or a douchebag in real life or social media because that toxic bullshit is for the birds.
Take care,
Peace.
everyone.